Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, so as you guys know, GTA Online has a new DLC, and with that DLC, they have released 15 new vehicles all on day one. So, instead of drip-fed content, it's all here ready for us to check out, enjoy, and have a good time with. So, today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new vehicles, particularly the legendary motorsports. Yes, all day today, I'm going to be releasing videos talking about the performance, the customization, and whether or not these vehicles are worth buying for you. I'm going to break them up into the vehicles that are legendary motorsport, the Southern San Andreas, and then the Benny's vehicles, all right? So stay tuned all day today. I'm going to be releasing those videos in those categories to kind of make it a little bit easier for everyone to watch, right? So first up is the Dilapidation or Tijan or Tigan, however you want to say it. 2.31 million, so $2,310,000. Let's check out the customization with this bad boy. It's not that bad. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think this car is ugly. I do not like it at all. I think it's very, very I don't know why. I don't know. It looks weird, but it's all right. It's not that big of a deal. It's got some decent customization to it. It's got some cool exhaust options. The exhaust just kind of shoots at the top of the trunk area right there on the back. That's pretty cool. It's got some nice liveries. You know me, when I talk about these vehicles, when you're spending millions of dollars, I love customization. I love features, I love the ability to have features to customize on the vehicle if you're spending a lot of money, especially if the vehicle is not going to be competitive in racing, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. All right. Now, guys, listen, before we go any further, if you are enjoying this video, you're having a good time, definitely drop a like, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so you guys don't miss any future videos talking about this DLC. And guys, listen, thank you so much for all the well wishes and support recently. Thank you very, very much. I don't want to talk too much about it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And just thank you very much, all right? Seriously. Thank you, okay? Anyways, so moving on, they added some new wheels or some new rims into the game as well, so you can check some of those out. I'll show some right here. They're the street category, and they don't look. There's a couple that look all right. There's some that kind of just look like the other rims. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. There's a few that are totally different, and then there's several that they just look the same as other rims. What I've noticed is that some of these rims, there's a deeper dish on the rims. The actual dish and the lip are much larger, so that's pretty cool. And that definitely is a street type of kind of rim. Again, anything new and anything that adds customization to the vehicles, I love that. So it's got a decent amount of customization to it. It's nothing, it's going to blow your mind, but it's got some cool stuff. I do like the spoilers on there, so that's pretty cool. But overall, you know, it's just not my favorite cosmetically looking vehicle. But you can make it look pretty clean. It is a rear wheel drive vehicle, as we see right here. And when you pop the doors, the gull wing, the trunk back there, the hood, the bonnet, whatever the boot, right? It looks really good. Let's take a look at the performance. Now, straight line top speed, it's actually decent. It's not bad. This is in the superclass category. And the Tigan coming in at 118.253. That is really strong. It's not bad at all right? Now, where this car does suffer is around a track. I don't know what it is. It's just, it has weird handling. The braking is not very good. And the handling, you know, as you see right there in that hairpin turn, it just doesn't take it very well. It's got a really weird handling system to it. It kind of feels like it has understeer, but when you're in a turn, it wants to kind of spin out on you a little bit. I don't know. It's weird, all right? So, moving on. The Envetero Coquette, the D10. Sports class. This actually was kind of surprising. This is in sports class. I had a lot of hopes for this vehicle, coming in at $1,510,000, that it would be able to compete with the Pariah and the Italia GTO, and we'll see what happens with that a little bit later on. Now, with the D10, I do like the customization. I do like the way this car looks. This is supposed to, you know, be the new Stingray, right? The new Corvette Stingray in real life. This car looks really, really good. Rockstar did a great job on this. I think it's cosmetically one of the best looking cars that's come out for this DLC. And it just looks really, really nice. You don't really have to do anything to it, and it looks extremely aggressive. And I love the stock rims that come with it. It just looks really, really good. And with these liveries, I mean, come on, the paint party, that is nasty. The racing camo looks good, and the Pegasus Hunter, that looks badass too. It looks really, really cool. The secondary paint will also affect your rims, and you'll see that here in just a moment. I love that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. All right, that looks really, really cool as you see right there. You can also customize the interior trim with the paint as well. Very cool with that. You can drop the top. Now I did test this to see if it was a drop top, and I could not get the top to drop. So I think you could just cut the roof off and you're good to go. And you can kind of make it your drop top right there. You have really nice spoiler options that kind of don't get carried away with it. You know what I mean? You can kind of keep it minimal, which I like. I don't like those big, sails on the back of your car, those big ass wings on there. But sometimes it look okay. Sometimes it's a little too much. I love the way it looks when you lower the suspension. The tires actually tuck, but they don't get cambered out too much. It looks really, really clean. This car fully souped up, maxed out, looks amazing. I love this car. It looks great. That drop top, I love it. Rear wheel drive vehicle, as what you would expect from a Stingray in real life. When you pop the trunk, the hood, the doors, looks really clean. Both these cars that we've already looked at have really nice looking engines. They're not, just that paper mache, but So this isn't the sports class. So there's a tall order that this vehicle has to fill to compete with the Pariah and the Italia GTO. It does not fill that order. It's fast. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be up there, but it's nowhere near going to be in that same category as the Pariah. Honestly, Rockstar needs to move the Pariah and the GTO out of the sports class. I've been saying this for years. They have to redo the car classes in this game. It's ridiculous. And then, it's got a decent top speed. It's kind of, average, but around a track, it feels stable, but it is not competitive. It is very underperforming around a track, all right? Next up, we have the Benefactor BR8. This is one of the two new open-wheel race cars. Comes in at a stiff $3,400,000, okay? So we have 4 open-wheel race cars, or your Indy-style cars, or your Formula One, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to piss anybody off. But yeah, they're those type race cars, okay? Decent amount of customization, about what you would expect with these cars. Not too bad, really not. Now listen, I have a top speed straight line test for this vehicle, but I'm going to be making a separate video later in the week comparing all 4 of the open wheel race cars, because now we can do that because we have a open wheel race editor in the game. I threw something together real quick for you guys, but later in the week I'm going to put a video together that tests all of them. It'll have a much better looking track, all that good stuff, and I'll be using one of the existing tracks to test the lap times, and you guys will have an idea of what that looks like, because they have changed the way that these vehicles operate in the races. Okay, so that does make a difference. So just expect that video coming later on this week. Top speed straight line, smokes, very, very fast, very, very good. Comes in at a solid 40 seconds and some change, so not too bad at all. And with these cars on my testing, I boost after the first checkpoint just to make sure that we add everything in there, okay? Later on in the week, I'll show you what it looks like with and without the boosted. Next up is the Class A DR1, coming in at a $2,997,000 price tag. This is the second of the 2 new open wheel races. This is cosmetically my favorite of all of them, though. This one looks amazing. This guy in the PR4, I think, looked the best. But this guy looks fantastic. The front wing looks like Spider-Man almost. I mean, it looks really, really good. I love the way the exhaust flares out right beside the tires. On the rear, it looks very, very aggressive. Really nice looking liveries. Team Estancia still representing, holding down. I like that a lot. There's a couple new livery, I guess you could say manufacturers in there too. I like that. The Class A, shark teeth on there looks really aggressive too. And it has more customizable features than the BR8. It does. It has several different features that you can customize with this vehicle, which is really cool. And that'll be interesting to see how that does in the actual, going around a lap or around a track, with lap times. And we'll see what that looks like a little bit later on this week. But this car, it looks like a dart. I mean, I love it. It looks extremely aerodynamic. It looks very, very aggressive. I just like the way this car looks cosmetically. It really, really looks nice. It has a lower profile. It's a beautiful looking car. They did a really good job with this. Top speed straight line performance, however, is not as good as the BR8. It is several seconds slower, which that is substantial. So I wonder how it's going to perform around a track, because sometimes cars that are faster, top speed straight line, just aren't as good around a track with lap time. So I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out. So guys, again, this is all the new Legendary Motorsport vehicles. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned later today. We'll have some more coming up with the Southern San Andreas and the Bennies. Thank you all so much for coming out of the video. Subscribe to my channel for the Ills and Reels content in the game. Smash that like button. We'll see you next one. All right, peace out. Yeah.